Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys have all had a great weekend. I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts on the 4 hour. So just look at it. Just look at the absolute the beautifulness of the 4 hour 9. Basically we came up, we tapped the level that we had as a target, basically 62,000, and then topped out on the 4 hour 9. Subsequently came back to test the 58k level as support of which for the time being has failed. We do still have on this 4 hour chart not too much under half of the candle left, i.e. 1 hour 40 minutes left. So in 1 hour 40 minutes, if we do find our way back above about $7,500 or so above where we are now, we will have been basically, for the time being supported by the support, and it just been a wick below. Obviously you can see losing this level did take us down basically to our interim level, our mid-range level of around 55k. Got down to 54.50. So yeah, now we are going to see what happens now. Do we rally back up pretty sharpish, get supported at 58k, or are we going to get resisted by this we'll just call it 57.5k, and then look to basically come back down, take out this low, and test the proper support level of this next range, of this lower range, which will be around the 52, basically 52, we'll call it 52 to 53k level. So yeah, interesting times. Yeah, interesting. This is pretty much what we were looking at over the weekend. Friday is basically like, well, we're either going to trade sideways or maybe a break above, but then basically come back down into the range for when the market's open again, and it just basically be a whole lot of nothing, and a reversion to the mean, which is pretty much exactly where we are right now. So but yeah, there we go. Just levels to levels, break above this level, the next level, break below this level, the next level, back test these levels. It is just a game of levels. Also, the daily TD9, which we also looked at. Yes, a daily TD9, 4 hour 9, daily TD9 at the resistance here. As you can see, well, it's not the resistance. Sorry, this is not a resistance. Just at a target level, basically. That is not. It's not the resistance that's going to reject us on a daily, basically. But yeah, a daily 9 at a resistance level. And yeah, we are selling off from there. 1 to 4 candle correction. Currently in the one candle. So we could very easily basically get bought up here, get back above 58k, consolidate above here and look to push on, or we could just find ourselves trapped in this lower range. So yeah, that is what is to play for at the moment. Yeah, don't forget all the stimulus checks. The stimulus checks are arriving. But yeah, are we going to have a potential buy the rumor, sell the fact with that? Basically, there's sort of like two types of power in markets. One of them is knowledge, and one of them is capital. So obviously, the people that knew the other people were getting stimulus checks. So the people that had the money already, that knew the people without the money were getting their checks, could have obviously been buying assets up prior to them getting their checks in the sort of a buy the rumor, and then when they actually get their checks, the people that basically don't have the capital then obviously then sell, basically buy into the selling from the people that did have the capital and bought before. So that would be a buy the rumor, sell the fact from the perspective of the people with obviously capital initially, selling into the people when they get their capital that don't have it. And then obviously there's the information, there's the knowledge, so the people that basically know. That's sort of people that hear the rumors, that know about it, because obviously you'll get rumors that not everybody hears, so they'll be buying the rumor, they'll be buying based on the information that they have, and then as soon as that information becomes public or widely available, and then everyone else starts buying, all the people that didn't have that information, they then get sold into by the people that did have the information. So there you go. There's the two. Basically the power of knowledge and the power of capital both play into the buy the rumor, sell the fact. You can either buy if you have capital, wait for your capital, and buy if you have capital, and then the people, when they, in anticipation of other people getting capital, i.e. stimulus, and then when they get it, you can distribute into their buying. Of buying after you've already elevated the price, or you can have basically more advanced knowledge, or just hear about the rumors earlier, know about the information basically earlier, and then you can buy, and then as soon as that information becomes widely available, then you can dump into the people that are only just getting the information. But anyway, so is that potentially what is going to be at play? Are we in a buy the rumor, sell the fact scenario so far as stimulus checks are concerned? I guess the market is going to tell us. We don't know. All I will say is that obviously, if the debacles in GameStop is anything to show you, is that fair enough, hedge funds may play games, buy the rumors, sell the fact, etc. But the brute force of the stimmies. And the stimmy traders and the Robin Hoodies, they can still basically do what they want to a certain extent with markets. So yeah, there we go. It is going to be an interesting week. My prediction, my guess would be that at the very most, we're going to back test maybe 52, 53k, but I think we could have seen the low. We could have basically seen the low for this week around this 54.50, and we could basically be making our way above 58k, playing in this zone a bit, and then making our way above 62k. That literally would be what my guess, my crystal ball guess. Not that that is anything to go on, but yeah, I'll just put it out there. Ethereum, Bitcoin, there she is, just bouncing around on these lows, basically struggling, not knowing what to do with their life. But I think this there's obviously fear, uncertainty, and doubt with this asset relative to Bitcoin. Obviously, it's going to move roughly in the same direction as Bitcoin, but I do think if things do work out with basically the miners not basically 51% attacking, forking off and setting up a new Ethereum, if that doesn't happen, then yeah, this can get going. But also, don't forget, if there is a fork, yes, the value of the Ethereum, the two Ethereums will basically of any. Right, let me explain this again. If there's a fork, you will basically, for any Ethereum you hold, you will get the other coin also. So you will end up having both of the coins. So yes, the value of this particular Ethereum may go down, but then you will potentially then get more value with the other Ethereum. And then if the other Ethereum did actually become the main one that was traded, that would go up a lot in value, and this would go down a lot. And you've got to see this sort of like there's a balance. So when we look at this, when we look at what this will do, if there is a fork, you have to take into account the fact that you would have both coins. Obviously, up to the point that you decide you want to sell one or not. So, yeah, something to consider, because I know a few of you guys maybe were about when obviously we had the Bitcoin Cash and the Bitcoin SV forks, where you'll get those coins. So like you would have Bitcoin in your Coinbase back in the day, and then you'd end up with Bitcoin Cash also in your Coinbase back in the day. So yeah, let's have a look at the Ethereum USD pairing. How is that looking? Yeah, not looking too bad. Obviously this level we want to hold. This trend line realistically we want to hold, but I mean, I'm reluctant to really put too much weight on anything Ethereum US dollar wise, on the basis that we're just going to really be following Bitcoin. So we're going to be watching the levels in Bitcoin. Yeah, this is an important level. It could spark a move down, which then in Ethereum that we don't necessarily see a corresponding move in Bitcoin, and obviously that will then result in a breakdown of this. So maybe that could happen, but I'm just not looking at this chart to tell me that's going to happen, basically. I'll just look at this chart basically to tell me that was going to happen. But yeah, back over to this chart. Yeah, Ethereum basically back over 1850, and we should be looking good again US dollar wise. USD value wise. The DXY, what is going on? The DXY basically, yeah, just bounced off that level that we looked at the other week and coming down. I mean, this is looking like it has put on the top and it's going to come back down now. So, yeah, there we go. If that does happen, there we go. Retraced all the way back into the 92s, low 92s-ish. Yeah, low 92s. 92s and a halves. And then rejected and come back down, which is exactly the plan that I have been expecting for a while. But hey, it still may not play out that well. Does gold hit our target yet? Not yet. Remember, this was the buy. Basically, the 1690 area. Just big fig levels on numerous time frames. And yeah, I mean, gold, we are, like I said, we're looking at least a bounce up to here and then decide what's going to happen. But I don't really draw many gold trades on, but this is a counter trend trade that basically did look somewhat obvious. Here we go on the US 10-year. Funnily enough, topping out on a 4-hour 9. You can see the 4-hour 9 there as well. Bit of a top out on a 4-hour 9. Can't really see any other 9s in here, to be honest. We had basically a 9 buy, bounces a little bit in anticipation there. But yeah, the bond yield, the 10-year, yeah, we spoke about this last week. Are we looking at reflation, or are we looking at inflation? And then when it comes to inflation, are we looking at supply chain bottlenecks, or are we looking at genuine inflation? Lots of if, buts, and maybes there. So yes. Let's look at the stock futures. They are looking grand. Breaking out descending, broadening wedge. So we got targets. Basically, I think about where we are, aren't we? Roughly. Yeah. But obviously we're at this high now. So yeah, I mean, this is looking. You wouldn't bet against this. At the very absolute, the most bearish scenario. Well, the most reasonably bearish scenario, based on the fact that this looks bullish, is that we come and backtest this horizontal on the trend line. But yeah, I mean, realistically, it looks like we have come back and backtested this sort of level here. I'm not going to draw in, but and yeah, now we're on our way up. So yeah, it starts looking good. How is our laggard, the Nasdaq, looking? Yeah, Nasdaq's struggling, but obviously Nasdaq's just going to struggle with in a rising yield rate environment. Gold silver ratio, quick look at that. We're on a 4-hour here. Yeah, I mean, it's still just looking bearish. This is going down, isn't it? We all know this. We all know this. Bitcoin dominance, for what it is worth. Yeah, that is coming up a bit and then down a bit. I mean, like I said, I'm not really using this for any real analytical purposes anymore. It's just the altcoin market as a whole is too bifurcated to just a lump into one overall market now, in my opinion. So yeah, nothing else I particularly want to have a look at. Oh, let's look at GameStop just for the pure. Well, this is very impressive, guys. Well done. Well done, guys. This bodes well for us, though. This bodes well for us involved in crypto, because obviously this is what these lunatics can do and will do and are willing to do. And yes, so there you go. This is what we want to see. I mean, it defies conventional logic, but I guess we live in a basically a trading market environment with different rules these days. So what was previously logical is no longer logical, and what was previously illogical is now logical. So just well, expect the unexpected, I guess. Yeah, so back to Bitcoin, back to those stochastics that were potentially, as we were talking about, signaling a bit of a high. If we look at the 4 hours, obviously coming down, we were looking at the 12-hour daily getting a bit toppy, and as you can see, signaling a local high. 2-day looking to potentially turn back over, but then everything higher probably not be looking so bad. 3-day or 5-day is turning down. Weekly, yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't look into these too much, but yeah, a bit bifurcated there. But yeah, it was this 12-hour and this daily we're looking a bit toppy, and we knew 10-hour was also. We knew we had that daily TD, we had the 4-hour TD9 as well. We also knew it was the weekend, so obviously usually that means a reversion to the mean. We also know that was obviously would have been a CME gap. So yeah, everything was pointing to this move. This is just basically basically back where we started last at the end. But well, we're now basically back where we ended last week. So I would not necessarily look at this move down to signal immediate continuation down. I would just look at it, right, we're back at where we are, back where we were. What are we gonna do with our fresh new trading week? So yeah, that being said, guys, one more thing I want to show you, because I was telling you guys about the super trend indicator. Like I said, it is a very simple indicator, so there are plenty of free versions that are basically identical. If this wants to load, if this does want to load, does this or does this not want to load? Yes, it does. So yeah, here we go. As you can see, got you basically long here, all the way back, all the way up to here, and then finally got you short here. 58, basically we call it 59k, and we obviously got down to that level there. So super trend indicators are just great for just the basics. The basics are they're just useful, and if you do basically use them, you have got a good shot of being profitable. So check them out, guys. Yeah, that's it, guys. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys later on today.